Peter Chang here from Macho Cave, and today we have a real treat. We're going to be looking at our first look at the Cow RC flat mat. And we've got our flat mat here. It's the jumbo version of the flat mat, and the jumbo version is 24 by 30 inches, and it is just a massive and wonderful piece of kit that you could possibly put in your pit mat. And check it out. It's let me go through this unboxing here. We do have some of these Car RC stickers and decals, which are awesome. But I really want to point out that when you order something from Car RC, it's really neat. They really take a lot of pride in this. Check out this box. They've really packed this box so that the mat is well protected on the edges. There's also this little grip where people who are handling the package could hold on to, but it provides this unprecedented level of protection when they're just shipping the mat. So if a company cares this much about just shipping the mat out to you, can you just imagine what it's like using this mat in real life? So check it out. This is the jumbo size, and it is just freaking amazing and awesome and just beautiful all around. Check that out. My table is kind of dwarfed by the size of this jumbo mat. There are actually smaller sizes available. You can get micro for 9 by 12 inches. There's a mini size that's 12 inches by 18 inches. The jumbo that you see here is 24 inches by 30 inches. And then they also have a monster size that is 24 inches by 36 inches. The flat mat also comes in a wide variety of surfaces. You could get these in economy 30mm, black mag, standard 30mm with a white vinyl top, and what we see here is the Pro 60mm with the vinyl top and 2 times the magnetism. Now, Car RC is actually the original manufacturer of magnetic decks. They actually hold a patent on these things. And I'm bringing in the hex deck just to give you the comparison between the two. These are both flat type mats, but here's the important difference. With the Car RC mat, there is a much better visual organization in terms of like placing parts and looking for parts. You know, I was originally attracted to the graphics of the hex deck, but you know, finding parts in the hex deck, I found like if I was working on a long period of time, if I was working for a couple of hours, I tend to lose parts in the hex deck graphics just because it's so busy. Check this out. I just found a part here in the hex deck. It's a smaller part. It's an E-clip, but I just lose parts in here, and the whole purpose of buying a magnetic deck is so that I don't lose parts, and you know, time spent looking for something inside there, it's just like losing the part on the floor. So I'm really impressed with these visual organization corrals of the Cow RC deck here, the flat mat. So anyway, we just want to show you the short course truck. This is the X Factory SCX60CF, and it's roughly the same dimension as the hex deck. And hex deck is just 12 inches by 24 inches. So if you have an SE10, this is the way it's going to fit, or a Blitz, or a Traxxas Slash. That's about that dimension. But check out the Cow RC flat mat dimensions. Look how much space that is. That is just beautiful. And when you're in the heat of racing, you're going to be losing parts. Your parts are just going to become flying off. You're going to be kind of disorganized when you're racing, especially if you're behind in a few laps and you have to take something apart, and screws and nuts and bolts go flying. You need that larger work area to capture everything. So I really feel that jumbo is great. Check it out. I'm just flinging parts on the mat and it's sticking. Sure, there's like a little bounce, but it's just because I've been flinging it so quickly. But we see that the parts are sticking on there, so I love this for racing. I've only used this just for one race so far, which is why this is not a full review. It's just it is just a first look at this mat, but it's definitely showing some great characteristics, and it's just really wonderful to see that the magnetism is powerful enough to keep these smaller parts from being lost on the floor. Sometimes, you know, so you're probably thinking like, hey, you know, it's not that big of a deal if I lose a part on the floor, but keep in mind that these are small parts, and even though you could look for these on the floor, it might take you a few hours just to find a smaller part. You know, like it's not as devastating if you drop say a spur gear on the floor, but trying to find like a little tiny screw or bolt, that gets a little frustrating. So there's proof to you that this is actually holding everything quite well. I'm just lifting it up at a 90-degree angle, and we see that all the little parts are still on there. So the magnetism on this deck is 2 times the magnetism, and it is just performing really phenomenally. And just want to let you know that I just love this visual organization here and the cleanliness of the board. So far I only spilled black grease on the board and it cleaned right up. So even though, you know, I was a little concerned, like, you know, the board is white in color, if I got it messy, you know, what's going to happen, but so far it's been holding up pretty good. And check it out. Just plenty of space to work, plenty of space to keep spare parts on there, and plenty of space to organize parts as well too. Pretty much just, once again, just that one criticism is just that the board might be too big for some racers or some tables, but overall it does provide a very luxurious way of working on your RC car. Just truly, you don't have to worry if you drop something. This deck would be able to pick it up and catch it. So overall, I'm enjoying my first look at this mat. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our final review on this board, and remember, everything matters.